Well, folks, this is my home for 3 days. It's on the channel. Right here in Marathon.
Good morning, sports fans. Well, day 4 down here in the Keys, and we're heading west. I think this is a 7 mile or 11 mile or something bridge that we're on. And heading to Key West. Yep. Sunny day so far. Said there's a chance of some showers. Typical Florida weather. We're going to drive down there, take you with us. We'll see you down the road.
Well, the first object of the day, I should say the first objective of the day, is to find parking in Key West. That's not always easy, but we lucked out. Parked on Whitehead Avenue, which is just a couple of blocks down Mallory Square. First, we're going to drive around a little bit. Everybody knows about Duval Avenue and where all the party places are. But there's a new section of Duval and the older section. The older section starts down pretty close to Mallory Square and runs into the newer section. Here we found our parking. This is where we'll be for 10 hours. Actually, a little longer than that. Had to pay for it, of course. Yeah, he's in a hurry. Looks like everybody's in a hurry. Yep. Kind of hope that's their car. But we took and we walked down towards Mallory Square. And you know when you get there. Shipwreck Museum. And there's this kind of a courtyard, U-shaped courtyard museum, shopping, and that's where you can catch your trolley, get your ticket for the trolley. When we go to a new town like this, we found the best way to do it is to jump on the trolley and take the full tour of the trolley, all the way around. And you get a map, so you mark the places where you'd like to stop and get off. And then after that, you can jump on and jump off the trolley all day long. So it's a really good way to learn the lay of the land and then get around from where you want to go to where you want to go. The other part of this is you get a history and a lesson about the area from the tour driver. Which these guys are pretty darn good. So just listen to him a little bit.
In fact, he was the state of Florida's very first millionaire. He made a full. They just want to make sure you got a fair chance anyway. These days, it's a ladies' boutique, so things have changed for the age of rails. That building is an exact replica of one of Henry Flagler's train turnboats. Plus, it's a string of wonderful restaurants along the water's edge. I'm a big fan of the boardwalk. Really nice time out there. Here's step number 2, Maxi Garden. You guys can shop around and look around this one bit. It's beautiful up this way. Didn't Jimmy Buffett write a song about this street? I think so. In just a moment, we're going to see the Conch Republic Seafood Restaurant. The whole pie. They sell key lime pie around here by the slice, so you can try it out. It's pretty good. The end of the street on the left-hand side is a red brick building. That's the reason. You should go check out the very rare and very unique photos of Ernest Hemingway.
Well, I don't have to tell you what this is.
Not even online.
We've been in here several times. We didn't get in there today or on this trip, but that's okay. We did find some nice entertainment at another place, and we'll show you that in a minute.
I just took a left on Duval Street. Duval Street is named after the very first governor of the state of the left-hand side. One of them is now the Hard Rock Cafe, a former Curry mansion. It was built by Captain William Curry's son, Robert. It's now a very cool Hard Rock. To the right of that is another former Curry mansion, the Helling House. Martin Helling was the manager of the telegraph office. He married Captain Curry's daughter, Eleanor. Eleanor was terrified of fire after the Great Fire.
Now this is Duval Street on a not too busy a day. I believe there was one tour ship in. Kind of wanted to get to this church, but I never did walk down there and go inside. Willie T's.
Well, the coverage is terrible. So take the light is what we get. 98% of the time. Not 100% of the time.
Well, there's a boat that didn't make it
Sometimes they can sheet of glass right here.
in the shallow waters.
Have a nice time when you visit. They want you to have a nice time. And they want
Funny,
you
it's
to
just
have
sitting there.
The White Street Pier on the left. It's a fishing pier, but I see most people bicycles. You name it, they're all motorized.
It's one of their long piers.
They rescued 1,400 passengers. A memorial dedicated.
Built them a little bit different today because of the hurricanes. Got tired of rebuilding them old wooden ones.
We saw the East Martello at the airport. That's the West Martello. Tourists love to entertain. When the southernmost house was first built, the whole second floor was one big ballroom.
Each home seems to have its history, its own history.
Parties or galas at this house right here. Charles Lindbergh, Louis Armstrong, Henry Flagler, Thomas Edison.
Particularly this
one. At the southernmost house. It's now been renovated. It's like a bed and breakfast, like a resort. They call it the Southernmost Resort. It has a nice restaurant on the water if anybody's interested. But when it was built in 1897, it was a private residence. These people were some of the most influential people in the country at the time. Why? Because of the wealth, primarily. And that was coming from the shipwrecking industry, but also tobacco industries. The cigar business was enormous. 90 miles of Cuba, southernmost point in the continental United States. People see it like day and night to take your photograph with this buoy. That little yellow office with the green door, that was the telegraph office. We're so far south right now that we're 200 miles further south than Cairo, Egypt. We're 170 miles further south than Brownsville, Texas. You guys are right now in the southernmost trolley in the continental United States. Here's Upper Duval Street. I just took a left on. I had mentioned earlier in the tour that Duval Street is named after the very first governor, Cuban Club. New arriving Cuban refugees in the country would pay a small membership fee and later become members of the Cuban Club. That would entitle them to medical services and events. I saw some kids doing it earlier.
As I said, we're going to ride this trolley all the way around. And it's about a couple hours. And then we have to get off at the end and you get on another trolley. And we'll go to our next destination where we're going to get off. Probably about that time we're going to want to eat. So anyway, that's the plan. And we sure have enough restaurants to choose from.
Aside from Harry S. Truman, these gates have opened for President Eisenhower. President Roosevelt stayed in this building, this house, and so did President Clinton, and so did President Kennedy, and so did President Carter. They all stayed here. I think some of the better gift shops on the Island are here in Mallory. For those of you that are wondering,
well,
U.S. Aquarium here,
my stomach just yelled at me, feed me, feed me.
not having great restaurants.
So we're going to have to do something about that real soon.
If anybody wants to
First,
continue with this
this is where we get off.
let's see what time
We're back to where we started.
is it.
Yeah, we'll be a couple minutes before the next trolley leaves, so we'll just mosey around the area. That's a museum. You can climb up that tower if you want to pay for the privilege. I don't think that particular ship is going to go anywhere. Oh, my stomach just sent a message to my brain. Stop it, Sloppy Joes. Stop it, Sloppy Joes. Well, anyway, first we'll hang around this square a little bit.
There's a lot of presidential libraries around the country. This is a presidential museum, the only one in the state of Florida. I really can't say enough about it. It's
Quite a
terrific
tree,
museum. Across the street there's a white building on the corner. This is the birthplace of Pan American Airlines. This was their first to Havana, Cuba. A round trip ticket in 1927 would have cost you $9.90. These days it's the first flight restaurant and brewery. It's a great place for everybody to eat. They had a big wedding here last night. It still has a
Well, we're back on the trolley.
They needed the bucket of blood. That's how much trouble they had here. The doorman was
You know what we're looking for. We got a ways to go to find it.
They just want to make sure you had a fair chance anyway. These days it's a ladies' boutique, so things have changed for the better on Caroline Street. Immediately to the left of the former Red Door Tavern is Pepe's Cafe. This is the
Yep,
oldest
this was known as that Red Door was the Red Door Tavern,
restaurant in the entire state of Florida.
and it was known as the roughest place in the Keys. As a matter of fact, so many people were killed there that they wouldn't let you in without a weapon. And if you didn't have a weapon, they'd give you one, so you had a fair chance in a fight. Kind of a rough place. Now this is where we got off, and we ate some lunch here. And by the way, it was very, very good. Highly recommend. Typical Key West atmosphere. Those shrimp, by the way, were huge. Now I don't remember who this guy was. And hard to tell what that was. I got being stalked again, am I not? So this is where we caught the trolley again, and we're off.
On the left, you've got Kirkens key lime pie, arguably the best key lime pie of the island. Now, when you say
Now I got a full belly. Been at it a good part of the day here, and I could use a little nap, but I'm gonna have to wait a while. Yeah, we got a couple stops we want to make. Then after that, we may head back to the old GMC and turn the air on, cool down, maybe rest there for a half hour, 45 minutes before the next excursion. And we're back on this trolley, and of course we've been through all this before, but I was sitting on the other side, so this is new for me to be on this side. Saves a lot of walking. Look up above there. I wouldn't mind sitting up there with a glass of wine, watch everybody go by. Ah, the bull. We may make it back there. Why not? Restaurant, tavern after tavern, restaurant after restaurant. No shortage of food or drink in Key West. By the way, do you know the difference between an island and a key? Well, old Ben's going to tell you. An island has fresh water. A key has no fresh water. These are the keys. No fresh water. Many moons ago, the Army decided we're going to have to do something about that. So they built a pipeline, and they piped the water in all the way from the mainland. Water to satisfy the keys. You know what? That's a lot of water. Keys are made up of them, and I forget the number. It's somewhere around 100 different keys. Well, we've been to the Hemingway house, seen the cats. We've done that in past trips, so we're probably not going to do that today. Probably bypass that one. This is one of the old forts. And there's a famous doll that lives in that fort. Yep. And this sculptor did a great job. I wonder what year it represents. 1920s, 30s, 40s. It's funny because the wristwatch on his wrist is from 2000.
Trying to figure out how much money Henry Flagler had. You take his money and multiply it out today, he would have more money than Bill Gates. So very wealthy man. Now one. Just up ahead of us on the right hand side, these lights parked on the side of the road, and some grown umbrellas coming into the air.
Now when they're busy, tourist season down here is in full swing and the boats are in, there's people everywhere. All these streets are with people walking around. All these restaurants are full. Every seat they have is probably taken. You have to wait to get in. This is the lighthouse. We got off the ferry so we could come over here and see the lighthouse. Couldn't get in. We missed. They locked it up. Missed it by a few minutes. Notice anything different? Well, I'll tell you one thing that's different. There's no water. It's not along the water. We were also going to go down to the fort, which is a walk of maybe 5-6 blocks. But we kind of ran out of gas here. And decided, well, maybe against that. And the neighborhood didn't look real good either down that direction. So, time to head out. We'll be on our way. And yes, we did make it to the back of the car for a nap. We'll be back in the evening. See you next week.